Ladies and gentlemen, at ringside we welcome triple Carlton Premiership players, one of the most courageous footballers, played with serious injuries. Irwin, the brand coach of the VFA days, said if this man couldn't become a AFL, VFL superstar, he would bare his backside in Burke Street. He did that because, would you welcome Wayne the Dominator Johnston. The Dominator, great to have you here, Wayne. Always been a great supporter of footy and boxing. Wayne the Dominator. Also welcome here one of the great fighting Italian champs who came across to Australia, Giuseppe Bertucci. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be formally introducing this man and centering a little later, WBC featherweight champion of the world, John Farmershon. John is here, and we'll be introducing John a little later with his lovely wife, Glenys. Grab your seats, no smoking, Cheryl Thomas said. And we welcome the man who won the championship here in 1992 when he beat Fancy Dan Murphy from the United States. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Ferntree Gully's favourite son, David Russell, the WBF Cruiserweight Champion of the World. Dave Russell here. Sam Aukuso's in the ring. Here comes David Steenson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly an international fight. New Zealand, Australia, we go past the shaky waters to the great white cloud. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the red corner, second time to Melbourne town. He was here in 1999 when he fought Tony Mad Dog Miller at the Melbourne Town Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, from Wellington, New Zealand, with the legendary Bridge Sand, his mentor in professional boxing. 28 fights, 10 wins, 17 losses, 1 draw, and 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the New Zealand Junior welterweight champion, wearing black trunks with a touch of white. Would you give a warm welcome to Fort Knox for Sam the Man Aukuso. Aukuso, New Zealand. And across the ring on my right, occupying the blue corner, Fighters Factory Blackburn, Murray Thomson and Greg Groban. Originally from Moreton Vale, South Australia, spent a short time in Tasmania, now based in Blackburn, North Victoria. He comes to centering with a perfect record, 6 fights, 6 wins, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. 4 years ago, he iced Nick Tatoris inside 1 round at Festival Hall, skinning 71 kilograms, Bombers colours of black with red trim. Would you welcome the KO Kid, David Steenson. Judges, David Wignall, Nika Williams, Augustus Mercurio. The referee, the man with the short crop on top, John McCubbin. Here we go, John. Referee's instructions.
Now, boys, I'll give you the instructions in the dressing room. I expect you to obey them at all times. Shake hands. Have a good fight.
Looks about ready to go here.
Seconds are out, round 1.
Okay, here we go again. Fighters Factory Promotions here in our third fight of the night. David Steenson coming blazing out of the blue corner into Sam Aukuso.
Looking at David Steenson's record, mate, can he bang? He's really stiffened some good fighters. Got heaps of class.
Aukuso pushed him back with the right hand then, is starting to exert a little bit of authority from the centre, but Steenson came out blazing.
Well, mate, Sammy Aukuso has been in against the best. He's fought Sean Sullivan, Julian Holland twice, Jamie Crampton, Tony Mad Dog Miller. He's fought from lightweight up to cruiserweight.
And that he's in the veteran category, yes.
Yeah.
And that, I tell you what, he doesn't look a day over about 35, but he's probably...
No, he's only 30.
He's only 30.
He's only 30.
So here he goes, Aukuso bouncing into Steenson, throwing some body punching into Steenson. He's got him caught in the corner. Steenson won't move out. Aukuso won't let him. And hit him with a rocking punch. Right hand was huge, buried to the jaw of Steenson. Well, it was an absolute ripper.
He's hit Steenson with some big shots. Steenson's...
he's
curling there. No, I tell you, he doesn't look hurt to me. Steenson,
doesn't hurt at all.
No, he's taken some big shots. He's weathered it well.
Gee whiz.
A big opening from Sam Aukuso there. Very impressive.
Hit him with everything except the Sydney Harbour Bridge thing, Barry, and Steenson has walked away from it as if he'd just come out of the rain. And looks pretty solid, Steenson there. He took most of that nicely. He's got the red stripe on the black trunk, Steenson. And Aukuso did he let go there. He's probably realised that Steenson came out firing. He had to perhaps answer that to let him know what's going to take any mucking around. Could be the psychological factor.
Yeah, I think, you know, when he gets back to his corner, David Steenson, he'll be told to maybe use a bit of that reach that he's got. He's sort of standing there in the corner or backing up, giving Sam Aukuso as much opportunity as he wants to unload, really.
Yeah, we did give him a lot of room to unload that fuselage of punches that we just saw, Barry, and seemed to stand there and had the gloves up, but didn't do much to fend him off or to try and get out of that corner, did he?
Honestly, he didn't, but he didn't seem worried at all by it. You know, he didn't seem perturbed at all. I mean, he's had a lot of experience, David Steenson, 50-odd amateur fights, 27 years of age. He's undefeated as a professional with 4 KOs out of 6 fights. So, you know, his record speaks for itself.
He's KO'd a few too, by the sound of it.
KO'd a lot.
Aukuso moves in again, trying to pin Steenson on the ropes and start another barrage of punches through that right hand. Again, hits Steenson on the jaw. He hasn't gone backwards though.
Big shot. I'll tell you what, David Steenson's got a good chin. That was flush. Those right hands have been flush on the chin.
And he's fought back beautifully with the right hand to the jaw of Aukuso. These boys are started off with no big pardons whatsoever, and they're straight into it.
Good first round.
Aukuso with the Everlast trunks on, a famous brand in boxing, and throws the right hand, bounces off the shoulder of Steenson, but both these boys aren't going to take a backward step. They're into it like there's no tomorrow.
Steenson wants to use that reach a bit, but definitely a good round of Aukuso for the opening.
I'd love to see a fight open in that sort of fashion.
10-9 round to Sam Aukuso with a very impressive first round effort.
Was it ever?
That Rollins to make the trophy presentation.
Great opening round of boxing, was that ever? And Aukuso, well, he should be pretty proud of himself at the moment. Got an experienced corner there working for him, Aukuso, as he regains his breath for round 2. And it's going to be a fantastic bout, this one. It started off in fantastic shape there. 6 3-minute rounds coming up, 5 to go. And Steenson, I just wonder, Barry, again, if he should have tried to move the first few punches from Aukuso, if he should have moved out of that corner.
Well, you know, I guess he should have, Steve, but you know, he decided to stay there, and he took the shots. He weathered them, and he wasn't really perturbed. He wasn't badly hurt. He didn't appear to be shaken.
You think that he wanted to see how much punishment he could perhaps throw?
Well, you know, it did look that way, but he came back well. He looked supremely confident, David Steenson, as we come out for the round 2. Sam Aukuso stalking him.
Yes, it's a slightly heavier Sam too, with about a 1.2 kilo advantage in body weight. Doesn't really look it, but he is. That's the official weighing situation. So not much difference in the weights.
Well, Steenson's got, you know, considerable reach advantage, but he elects to sort of stand in there and bang, doesn't he? He's a bomber.
He seems to like doing it that way, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's completely different to Adam Lever's style we saw in the last fight, who likes to be precise. Steenson seems to just like to mix the heavy artillery the whole time, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He likes to throw the big ones.
That punch,
but he does it with class, I tell you. Look, he's curling there. blocking Aukuso's punch as well.
Oh, here's Aukuso whipped one round the ear hole end of Steenson. No damage done, of course, but Steenson fighting back with a beautiful straight right.
Yeah, Steenson's cool, mate. He knows what he's doing in there.
Oh, does he ever? I get the feeling that he's pretty confident he can take anything Aukuso throws at him, Barry.
Yeah, I think he can.
Because he's withstood the whole barrage of that pressure, the shaky isles, they may be called, but this man's brought them with him. Aukuso, but he hasn't shaken Steenson yet with it. Steenson
looking for that opening for the big one.
Oh, yes.
Boxing a bit better this round, but Aukuso's work rate's still good.
Aukuso's just waiting for the opportunity, I think, probably to try and see if he can push Steenson back on the ropes and start another barrage, but Steenson's waiting for that opportunity, foxing a little bit, isn't he, Barry? You'd think, waiting for that opportunity to throw a big bomb at Aukuso and try and rattle his cage a bit.
Yep. Yeah, he certainly wants to get those big shots in, Steenson, but he's been a bit, you know, he's having a look more this round. He opened the first round coming out throwing bombs, then he got bombed back himself and went to a bit of a shell. Now he's having a look at Aukuso, waiting for that opening.
He's beautifully constructed, Steenson. The shoulders blades are very strong. He's strong in the arms, the upper body. Plenty of power in those punches if he fires on target. Aukuso over the top with the right hand and then slaps one into the rib cage. I think it hit the elbow.
He bowls them in.
And Steenson fights back there. When he gets going, he looks vicious when he gets going with that left and right combo.
Yep. You'd have to say Aukuso's probably just edging this round, though. The work rate was a bit better in the early part of the second round. Won the first round well. Steenson's work rate is not
he needs to up the tempo fraction. Cracking left hand. Was that beautiful, that straight left.
What a beautiful left hook.
Left hook, sorry, straight into Aukuso.
Aukuso firing as well.
He's in trouble, Aukuso!
Aukuso's in trouble.
And Steenson's firing away. Aukuso looks in trouble. Steenson's firing, and now Aukuso grabs the back of the head. He felt that, Aukuso.
We get a knockout here. It's going to be Aukuso.
Steenson's all over Aukuso like a seagull after a piece of fat, Barry.
Yeah.
And the bell goes after pummeling finish that round. The referee John McCubbin sends Aukuso back to his corner. He didn't look at him. Well, the ringside doctor's heading straight to the Aukuso corner to see if Aukuso is able to proceed.
Steve, up until that last barrage, it was Aukuso's round. When Steenson opened up, and I had a feeling this was going to happen, like if there's going to be a knockout, it's going to come from Steenson. He's going to stop Aukuso, because Aukuso's hit him with everything he can, and he hasn't looked like being hurt. As I said, he's been biding his time, waiting for that opportunity. He got it there. I still reckon I'm going to call that round even, because Aukuso did have that round won.
The initial part of the round, and 2/3 of the round was Aukuso's, and then he got hit by the Steenson Southern Aurora coming through.
But I tell you, I reckon the next round could be the last. He was hurt at the end of the round.
Very hurt, badly hurt.
David Steenson knows he can put him away now. I don't think he's ever doubted it, actually. He's a very confident fighter. And I think he'll do it this round.
I think now we know why in that first round he stood there in that corner. Was because he just said, let's see what this bloke's got.
Let him have a bit of a go.
And let's see if he maybe tire himself out a bit.
Supremely confident, Steenson.
He just let Aukuso perhaps tire himself out a bit and then thought, well, that's all he can throw. That's the best he can do. I can match anything he's got and I can come back with 10, 20% better.
Yep.
And that's a test of strength, isn't it, Barry, to a certain degree?
Is. Yeah, that took the sting out of Aukuso right at the end of the second round there.
Oh, did it ever?
He was in a lot of trouble. That round had been another minute longer, it might have been all over. Even another 30 seconds.
Yeah, you could see the look on Akuso's face was one of a devastated man in that last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He's come out here, looks to have recovered somewhat from that barrage. He's trying to proceed as he was. He's trying to move forward and make the fight, but
when Steenson gets on target and he opens up, he's devastating.
Oh, is he ever? Yep, he's a big, strong boy, Steenson. There's a lot of upper body power in that boy. And John McCubbin moves in and has a word to Aukuso, calls them back together. Pokes out the left hand. The boys have started this round off a lot slower, Barry. At the moment just gathering their breath from that last effort. That was first two rounds were very fast and hard, fast and furious.
Steenson just biding his time.
Aukuso, a lot of lateral movement from Aukuso at the moment, trying to avoid Steenson.
I would have thought, you know, at the end of the second round, oh, there we are.
Oh, crunching punch. Aukuso stumbled. McCubbin's having a look at him and puts a standing 8 count on the boy. And he looks away, a bit of disgust from Aukuso then, Barry.
The crowd don't like it.
And Aukuso says, hey, nothing wrong with me, John, Big John. But Big John did what he thought was the right thing.
Yeah, no, he was hit, he was hurt, definitely. And
he was stung. There's no doubt about that, because there was a stumble there, Barry, from Aukuso.
To be honest with you, I think it's just a matter of time here.
Yes.
Steenson gets on target and, you know, gets a real chance to unload. But as we've got the third round here, yeah, I just get the feeling that David Steenson's going to pull him up before the end of 6 for sure.
Yep, but,
a couple of times there he's had him, Aukuso, and Aukuso's hit Steenson some good shots, but he's taken them well, he rides them well, and he's just waiting.
Oh, yes.
Here it comes.
It's just...
good left hook, right hand.
Foxing somewhat. Oh, wicked left hook.
That left hook had plenty in it.
Oh, did it ever. Oh, boy. Plenty of juice in that left hook. Oh, uppercut from Aukuso. Wasn't quite on target.
Oh, no, he's got him.
The left hand, the left hook.
He's
Very
hit
Aukuso, a lot of damage. And the bomb's being attempted to be thrown by both boys.
Steenson's got excellent timing too. He really has. Oh.
And Aukuso pats him away with that right hand, trying to keep him at bay.
Oh.
And Steenson comes in at the end of the bell and has a word to the corner of Aukuso. A little bit of confrontation there.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he jumped into him. He's got a smile on his face, I think, at the moment, Steenson, after that effort.
I call that a 10-8 round of Steenson because of the standing 8 count, because he had Aukuso in trouble a couple of times there.
Oh, he seemed to have a bit of a quick argument with the Aukuso connections there for a minute, Barry. I don't know why. It's Steenson. Just to let them know that he's the man for the night.
Yeah.
Barry, a little bit of psychology there. Doesn't go astray. You can use everything you can use, Barry, does it?
For sure.
Aukuso's trainer working overtime there in the corner there on his man's legs, trying to get some oxygen.
Yeah. I just get the impression it's a matter of time. And like the standing 8 count might have saved him that time. But he's getting run out of time,
legs, Barry, trying to get a bit of loosening up there, a bit of oxygen in there or something, or improve the lactic acid.
Well, trying to get some feeling back in him, I guess. He's quite a good fighter, Aukuso. He's quite impressed me. But Steenson is really something else. I think he's an excellent prospect. Maybe a little bit slack with his defence. Doesn't seem to bother about it.
He's very laconic in his style, isn't he?
He is,
cavalier somewhat. That probably. Something his trainer can attend to if he needs be. Murray Thomson will...
he picked that shot beautifully. Top one back there.
To probably have a word to him when he goes up the ranks here, Steenson, but at the moment he's been able to get away with that laconic style against Aukuso so far. Oh, punishing punches to the body. And we heard them at ringside, the crunching blows. Oh, the jaw with the right hand from Steenson's now flying away at Aukuso.
What an uppercut. What an uppercut.
Barry would have rocked the Casbah, that punch.
Man, I tell you what, some big shots. Credit to Aukuso, he's got a good chin.
Oh, the electricity hasn't yet travelled, Barry, from the chin to the brain. I think as Gus Mercurio once said in one of his books, I think.
First time I've had a look at Steenson, he's very impressive, mate. Just probably the only flaw I could see is his defence could be tightened. But
very athletic, isn't he?
Oh, he's strong. He's a good thinker, good counter puncher.
Well, Aukuso hits fresh air over the top, just missed, but they break up again. But Aukuso, to a certain degree, I wouldn't say he's lost a bit of interest, but he's had the sting taken right out of him.
He's had the soul case punched out of him. I tell you, he has. He's still numb from those big shots he took, I tell you.
She's trying to get a massage at the end of this round if he's still with us. His chest, back.
Yeah, no, not much left in Aukuso's punches now. Steenson seems to be taking a bit of a breather.
Yes, he's just weighing it up.
As I said, again, biding his time, waiting.
He's fighting a bit like Tony Weeby to a certain degree in bursts,
Look,
I suppose.
honest to God, I was going to say that he reminds me of Tony Weeby the way he fights. Yes. Tony Weeby's got a bit of a propensity to take punishment, come back and knock his opponents out. He's a great fighter, Tony Weeby. He's number 2 in the world now. And it'd be great to see Weeby win a world title. But look at this.
Steenson go, hammering dogs on Aukuso.
This is exactly what I said was going to happen. Yep. It's all over.
He's in big trouble, Aukuso. He's not putting up a defence. McCubbin may stop it.
Long John, a couple of good clean shots and he'll pull it up.
You know, the referees here, they don't like to see boys on the ropes doing nothing. And he's got to keep his gloves up or
he
try to
nearly stopped it then, Long John, I tell you. A couple of good clean shots because you can see that the strength is ebbing out of Aukuso rapidly. Look, there's nothing in that anymore.
He's turning into jelly a bit there at the moment, Aukuso. And Steenson jumps in. Steenson
jumped on a right hand.
He's a bit like a cat toying with a mouse at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. He does remind me of
Tony Weeby.
Tony Weeby, he really does.
He ever. Burst fighter and built on similar lines.
Yep.
He's strong upstairs, enormously strong upstairs.
Yeah, very strong. Big bomber. I'll tell you, Weeby is a bomber, isn't he?
Well, he is a bomber, Weeby, no doubt about that. And Steenson did get a nice
big round for
him, but virtually just about a 10-8, wasn't it, Barry?
Yeah, I'd call it 10-8 maybe. Aukuso's just about gone.
He's
just about gone.
His corner, an experienced corner, there's not much more they can do. They're whipping out the instructions. He has a mouth guard.
I think he wants to chuck it in, mate.
He looks like he's stretched out on that chair.
I think he's going to stop it. He's going to go out. He doesn't want to go on, I'm telling you.
It's like he'd be happier lying on a slab of marble at this point in time. the boxing stool.
Yeah, I reckon he would be for sure. Nah, he's not looking happy in the corner.
Be like Gully too, wouldn't it?
Corner man trying to revive him. I mean, he's an experienced fighter. Is he going to go out, or are they going to stop this fight?
He seems to be in pain too, Barry. He's in a bit of pain. I think he's suffering.
His jaw's hurting, I think.
He's got a sore jaw. He made a bust jaw. He's had it. He's finished. He can't come out. Barry Michael just pointed out it could be the jaw. Perhaps it's, I think the trainer, maybe the ringside doctor, will give us an opinion later on.
It wouldn't surprise me if he had a busted jaw. He got hit with some big shots from Steenson. Steenson is the bomber. There's no worries about that.
Those uppercuts, Barry, would rock any bone structure,
I think.
Hey,
good prospect, that boy.
A beautiful punch.
27 years of age. If he gets himself serious, he'll go well.
Oh, yes. Yep. So that's would go down officially, I'd say, as a TKO victory to Steenson. He's on the way, that boy.
Yep.
Showing all the hallmarks of having a career. May have to tighten up his defence, as you said. He's laconic and cavalier at times, but Murray Thomson will hopefully be able to rectify some of that.
For sure. Julian Holland gave him a rap to me. He said he was a real big puncher and he'd been boxed him quite a bit in the gym. He said he was excellent sparring.
Yes. He's certainly, and he's also given this crowd something to really get excited about here tonight, because the first couple of rounds of that fight, both boys were fantastic. And Aukuso came out blazing. He had everything working for him. He had the rapid-fire machine gun fire punches working overtime, but they used everything up.
Yeah.
Referee
David Steenson came home hard.
A technical stoppage just at the start of round 5. Sam Aukuso pulled out. What transpired there, John?
Sam's corner, he actually stopped the fight. Sam looked a little bit weary in the corner, and his trainer took the right decision. Well done.
Jaw.